Welcome to your winter solstice reading, and this is going to be for the season starting on December 21st, 21. So you have this 12, 21, 21 numbers going on here. You got the 12 and the 21, which is very much a mirrored effect. Plus 1 plus 2 is 3, and 2 plus 1 is 3. So you got a 3, and a 3. So 3 threes. Huge amount of creativity that's going to be coming around this winter solstice. So I'm excited to see what Spirit has to tell us about those 3 months. Also, of course, winter solstice is the beginning of Capricorn season. I will have a different video for Capricorn for that season coming up, so keep an eye out for that as well. But this reading is going to be a pick-a-bear reading, and so you're going to have a choice of 3 different bears, and you can choose as many as you want. You're going to have the brown bear, the black bear, and the polar bear. And I'll have timestamps for each one of those in the description box below if you want to jump ahead to the other bear. We're going to start, of course, with the brown bear. And we're going to be asking the question, what's going into hibernation? So we're going to just ask what is falling away, what is kind of shrinking in our life, at least for this 3-month period. And with that shrinking, with all this creativity going on, what is going to take its place as it shrinks? Because there's always a certain amount of energy in our lives, and as one changes, it makes room for something else. So I'm excited to jump right in, and like I said, we're going to start with Mr. Brown Bear first, and if you chose one of the other bears, just click on the timestamp below and you'll jump ahead. So let's get started. All right, all my Scorpios, if you chose reading number 1, which is the brown bear, then this is the reading for you. And we're going to start off with these surrender oracle cards. And this is just going to represent what the Creator wants you to know overall for this 3-month winter solstice period on what's going into hibernation. So this is for Scorpio brown bears. Creator, what would you like them to know? What's going into hibernation? All right. There we go. So you've got surrender to joy. Look at that. Ta-da! And you've got this beautiful saying here. It says, a key to positive change in your life is to let joy in and savor it. Indulge in random acts of smiling. During both the hard and easy times, keep surrendering to more joy. So what's going into hibernation are the blocks to your joy. You know, this locked gate that's keeping you from experiencing joy. And I kind of feel like there's all these, well, when this happens, then I can be happy. And it's surrendering those whens and realizing that you can be happy, you can be joyful for no reason at all. And then no one can take away that from you. You can just be happy simply because you have the power to choose to be happy, regardless of the situation, like it says. I'm sure we'll talk more about it. We'll dig more in here. We're going to pull a card here from this animal spirit guide deck and just see what animal spirit guide would like to bring you a message. What additional information for the hibernation for our Scorpio brown bears. And you actually got 2. You've got the rabbit. Cute little rabbit. And then you also have the fire ants. So we will see here what energies come in. We're going to pull from the little book here and just see what is on there. And I actually open to the fire first. So the fire ants will be the first one that we look at here. And they're not in alphabetical order, so I appreciate it. And actually they want to kind of just move this in this direction here. So the fire ant, this is about aggression, rigid thinking, and following orders. And I really feel like this is the energy that's blocking your joy that's going to be falling away and going to hibernation during this winter solstice. And it says fire ant energy flares up without us noticing. It's the force that attracts us to people and situations that feed our imbalances rather than those that counter them. Gossiping and blaming are a few indicators that misaligned fire ant energies at play. You may also find yourself stewing on a person or a situation, only making things worse. How can you break free from the drama and cool down? Fire ants are surprisingly sensitive. Don't pretend the heat isn't getting to you. And of course, Scorpios, you are water signs. You feel the feels, so you definitely understand. You are surprisingly sensitive, which is normal for water signs. So don't beat yourself up about it, because in addition to feeling everyone's emotions, you also have this amazing power to flood yourself with joy, with unconditional love energy, fill it up and push it out. You can change a room when you walk in. You can turn it into, a dramatic scene, but you also can change it into a joyful scene. And I really feel this power. You're going to realize so much during this 3 months on how your power of choice on how you want to feel can transform the energy that you're feeling around any situation. And you can also spark this beautiful joy in others by your laughter, your smile, and just your energy being around you. It can also be the opposite, which is what you've had off and on up until this point, which is why Spirit is bringing this to you, because they want you to know what the power that you yield on how you can influence the energies of others around you. You can never make anyone choose to feel a certain way, but we always can make it an easier or harder choice for other people to feel joy. Just like we are influenced by the energies that are around us, but ultimately we are the ones who decide how we feel, right? So So when you're in balance with this energy, you're thoughtful, you're disciplined. When you're out of balance with this energy, you argue, you have excessive heat, you're gossiping, sharing information about others. So to bring this into balance, it talks about taking some solo time, taking some time to yourself. Also walking at night. So having, when dusk is upon you, be safe. Don't fall down into a ditch, but having walks at night too. So let's take a look at Mr. or Mrs. Ms. Rabbit here, and let's see what energy comes with them. There it is. So rabbit energy, they can be afraid of everything. They can get overwhelmed. They can freeze. So the rabbit loves to remind his friends that someday the eagle will swoop down and eat him. He talks and talks and talks about it so loudly, in fact, that one day the eagle hears and thanks him for the great idea. Rabbit energy is alive when we're scared, most often about the future, and we become our own worst enemy. We spin up a dust cloud of fear and then complain to others that we're lost. Notice your thoughts and your words, O rabbit. They shape your destiny. Beautiful. And when you're in balance with this energy, you're sensitive, you're a problem solver, you're a good listener with your big ears. When you're out of balance, then you over-explain, you talk fast. And to bring this into balance, this energy, a day of silence. So there is this message about the fears, about all this energy, and these things are what are blocking your joy. But I love both of them mentioned taking time away, silence, getting away from all the noise from the outside, because it's all that energy like we talked about. You can choose the energy that influences you, what you're listening to on the radio, whether it's music or news programs, what you're watching, again, news programs, what kind of movies, what type of, people that you're surrounding yourself with, the kind of people you're following on social media. If there's people that are always complaining, always, putting out this fear energy, it's time to step away from all that, even for a period of time, because that will help you, really dig into this information here and understand what it is that's blocking you. And in looking at it, you become aware of it and it starts to fall away, right? Goes into hibernation. We're going to pull another card here from this Ancestor Path Tarot and just see what else the Creator wants you to know about this hibernation, about this energy, how you can find your joy. because you definitely are ready for it, right? All right, so what else for our Scorpio brown bears, please? Okay, I feel like this is the one right here. The World. And this is the last card in the Major Arcana of Tarot, which represents the ending of major cycles and new beginnings of major cycles. So that is great news. I mean, the World card is like, yes, you are ready to let this old pattern of filling your life up with all this, you're ready to let this go. You are so ready to have this transformation in your life of feeling like there's this black cloud, like feeling down, feeling tired, feeling just the negative, emotions and energy of fear of the human side of things. And that's okay. Don't judge yourself for this. It's why we come here. We come here to experience our opposites so we can more fully understand who we really are on the other side. Our natural state is joy on the other side. We're beings of unconditional love and light and laughter and joy and peace. That's our normal state of beingness on the other side. But we're in it all the time where you don't realize it. If you're always in light, you don't even realize there's light until you come and experience like this darkness around the planet. You feel and experience the opposites, and then you more fully understand the other by pointing back, going, oh, that's there. It's like you breathe the air all the time, and you don't even realize, that you're breathing air and that you're surrounded by air until you're 6 feet underwater looking up at air at the surface going, that is air. There is no air here. There is air up there. And now I fully understand what air is, or more deeply understand anyway. And now I want to swim back toward it. And that's what this is around. You've experienced this on purpose for a purpose, but you are ready for this new awareness that you have this power to choose joy in whatever circumstance. We, of course, are going to dig in deeper here through these Tarot of Dreams. We're going to use these to look at the 3 months of the winter solstice. So 12/21 to 1/21, 1/21 to 2/21, and 2/21 to 3/21, which takes us up to the spring equinox. So one more time here. All right, so for 12/21 to 1/21, what do you want our Scorpio brown bears to know? What else? Okay. Like these two and that one there. What about 1/21 to 2/21? Okay, I feel like these 4 right here. Excuse me. And then 2/21 to 3/21. Any others? Okay, and that one there. And then they say the bottom one is kind of just this overall message for the entire, just a little summary for you. So 12/21 to 1/21, you have the King of Swords. Swords are our thoughts, our beliefs, our mindsets, our attitudes, our expectations. So all about our beliefs around all these things, which, if our expectations, all those supposed to be's and shoulds and need to's and have to be's of the outside world, influencing us, like I talked about in the beginning, when we have that, we're told that I can be happy when, it talked about the future here, our fear of the future. It's like, well, once I know all this, the stuff that's supposed to happen in the future, then I can be happy. But if your happiness is always set in the future, you're never happy now. And so this beautiful awareness and this wisdom is coming through, starting right off your first month here. Because the King of Swords wields the Ace of Swords. And what the Ace of Swords brings, one is it brings capital T truths. It brings higher truths of who you really are, of the spiritual realm, and showing you really who your soul is. Like I talked about, your natural state is joy and laughter and peace and unconditional love. It also gives you the power to cut away the small T truths, all those opinions, those popular opinions of the outside world, of our ego that has come in and created this wonderful experience of darkness and shadows. It gives you the power to move those away. The king also being at the very end of the suit, this is air energy, and all the kings have air energy. So there's a lot of this air, which means you have a lot of being in your head that you're becoming aware of. And the king realizes that when you're always in your head making decisions by all those opinions and beliefs that are in your mind, the world, your experiences turn out more of fear and fire and anger and, sadness and resentment and all those beautiful emotions that are rooted in fear. Delicious ones we come here to experience, like we talked about. But it allows you to understand that connecting with your heart, connecting to your emotions, to your spiritual side, is of benefit for us, because when this cycle ends and we have this transformation, we're able to connect more fully with our joy. So I love that. And then you have the Justice card, so it makes total sense. Here's the Ace of Swords again. This is balancing. You can see, the little things here. This is your human lower self and your higher spiritual self. And so it's balancing this existence. Whereas we kind of start off with our fear ego, experiencing all this, out of controlness and, really living the human experience. That's like our first phase. But then we come into balance and we realize there is a higher self to us, a capital S self, which is, our human side is like the character we play, and the actor behind the character is this powerful, supernatural, eternal spirit being made of unconditional love and joy and peace and laughter, like we talked about. And so there's this beautiful awareness that comes, and then like the next step is like you realizing that they're part of one another, and that our shadow side is actually a brave little superhero that was willing to come into the darkness, willing to experience what it might feel like to be veiled from your powerfulness, your limitlessness, the unconditional love, to experience all those opposites. So there's this beautiful awareness that comes with this, knowing that all the judgments and the contrast that are igniting these emotions that are blocking you from joy are actually of our ego, of our little human self. But there's more. Yeah, here you go. So you have, death and transformation. This is death and rebirth. So definitely already you're starting this ending of major cycles. So right away, and I'm not, surprised, Scorpios, you are the transformational masters of the zodiac, because you do, you start off as the scorpion, you move into a snake, and you transform into an eagle, like the rabbit. That's what when it was talking about the eagle, I'm like, yeah, you transform into an eagle, and then ultimately a phoenix. So you go through these major transformations in your life, and you move very quickly. That's your realm of transformation. So you love altering yourself and growing and changing. So I'm not surprised within the first month you're already making these transformations, which bring us into 121 to 221. 10 of coins, 10's endings and new beginnings. This is about the outside world. You're entering this new gateway, and look at how happy and beautiful and joyful that seems. That is feeling whole and complete in the outside world. And I really feel that already, we change from the inside out, but I feel like people see this already in you. They already see this joy filling you up. I mean, look at how bright and yellow that is and how bright yellow that is. They just see, you're like, oh my God, you're like glowing. What's going on with you? And you're just like, I just feel so, full of joy and blah, blah, blah. And you get to tell them about their journey, about your journey. Yeah, here's the world. So again, major, like you start this beautiful death and rebirth of, old ways of thinking into new ways of thinking, old ways of being into new ways of being. And then boom, 121 to 221 is just like this huge, you're seeing just your world literally changing before your eyes, because you see the world as you are, not as it is. So when you saw the world this way, this was because this is how you were on the inside. But with this transformation you're making, you see the world with whole new eyes, and you see this beautiful transformation that comes. Yeah. King of Coins. So like 10 of Coins, King of Coins is all about huge abundance, huge feeling whole and complete. The king here again brings this air energy, which is of the mind, along with the earth energy, which is grounding. So your mind is very grounded now. Also, like the King of Swords that you had here, and kings, of course, is divine masculine energy. We all have divine masculine feminine, so it doesn't matter if you're male or female or how you identify, this energy applies to you, okay? But I love it because the King of Coins or King of Pentacles in other decks represents this awareness of abundance, and like the king has been through the pentacle journey, the outside journey, so he understands that when I was trying to get my fulfillment and my wholeness from the outside, this is what I experienced. But when I found my worth from within, that's when I found, fulfillment. That's when I felt this wholeness, this 10 of Coins and this King of Coins. And that is, of course, when you look inside, you find out who you really are, who you're connected to, that whole entire spiritual realm, and you remember who you really are. So I love it, love it. And if we had any doubt, then you also get the Hanging Man, which is all about hanging, seeing things from a higher point of view. You see the world in a whole different way. So exactly everything as we were talking about here. So beautiful, beautiful transformation that's happening. Whole new viewpoints, whole new, like I said, this whole new change of viewpoint. Which brings you into 221 to 321. So how much better can it get? Boom! 2 of Coins. And whenever I get the twos, it always is showing me the cycles of the Pentacles is about the ebb and flow of going into your human side and moving out to your spiritual side. It's this ebb and flow. We almost can get bored of too much joy. I know, like, I want to be able to have that opportunity, right? But we do. We came here to experience all this stuff, and then we find this joy. But when I was talking about before how, you have your human experience, and then you realize you're a bigger individual, and you have this joining together. This is that joining together, realizing there are 2 of you in 2022. You're going through this beautiful journey hand in hand with spirit. You look at your whole world differently when you remember more of who you really are. You don't see things as desperate as before, because you're feeling this wholeness and this completeness from within, and this worth coming from within, that you experience the world totally differently. Coins, Pentacles is about the outside world, and you can even, this even looks like a world out here, right? It's like you see the world as this beautiful, detailed, decorated place. It's not like this place that's out of control. You understand that things unfold for you. Things are unfolding. Life isn't happening to you. This is like when you believe fear and, oh, life is happening to me. We have this victim mentality. But when you go through all this journey that you are and transform, it's almost like you're this bright embodiment of a phoenix, like you said, and like I said earlier, about you transform and you just feel like this new creation, this new creature walking upon the earth. And again, you see it from this whole new different perspective. Excuse me. And then you have the moon energy. And the moon energy is about connecting to your higher abilities, trusting your gut, trusting your emotions, trusting your intuition, really having this beautiful connection. The moon always brings in the high priestess energy for me. She's the number 2 as well. And, like this talked about getting away and having your own alone time, making sure you're having that time away from all the noise. That's what the high priestess does. She goes into her temple away from everything, connects to that beautiful moon energy, watches the cycles of the moon, and just feels the emotions, allows herself to feel, these darker emotions, but not necessarily having to act on them, but you flow through them, experiencing them, knowing that at any second you can transform and feel the joy and the peace and the love, the unconditional love and the laughter. So this moon energy is beautiful because it is about this beautiful connection. Well, yeah. 10 of Cups, ultimate fulfillment, feeling whole and complete, open the door, This is definitely, cups are your emotions. And so, like I talked about the emotions, you feel all these emotions. And because you allow yourself to feel and you don't resist, these emotions can flow very quickly and you get to experience these in a big way. This is a general reading, and I feel like there's a significant amount of you that have shut down your emotions because it can be overwhelming. And I know, being a Scorpio sun, or if you're watching this because your moon is in Scorpio or any of your other planets are in Scorpio, you can become overwhelmed where you're like, I gotta shut that off. That's just too noisy and I'm shutting down all my emotions. But this is about feeling like you can turn back on your emotions, because when you turn off your emotions because you don't want to feel this, you also turn off your emotions where you can't feel this. So this is a beautiful, beautiful journey for you in reconnecting to all of your emotions, not judging yourself for feeling these, allowing these to flow through you, but really connecting as these go into hibernation during these 3 months, and you can feel this beautiful, beautiful joy. Yep. Because overall, this is the journey of your emotions. The Knight of Cups is about going on this holy quest for your deep, deep emotions. And they usually, does he have his, usually I don't see it in this one, but usually the page, the knights, the queens, and the kings of a suit carry the suit, which normally it has a holy grail. Normally it has the chalice, which represents it's like it holds the unconditional love of the Creator. It holds the living waters. And I like it that they're not carrying it, because your journey is to find that inner love, that inner joy, and that inner. So this is a beautiful journey for you for this period of time. That is your quest, if you so choose to accept it. And then lastly, we're going to pull a card here from these angels and ancestors oracle, and just see what the final message that the Creator has for the Scorpio brown bears. But I am loving this, the search, the quest for joy, the quest for unconditional love. So what's your final message? Okay, for the brown bears. Love it. Got the Empress, the Earth Mother, which is feel loved and comforted, which definitely is the loving, the unconditional love, like the mother feel of our Creator. So let's see what message she brings for you here. Yeah. Allow yourself to be cherished. Earth Mother is protecting you with a shield of love and light. And I love that Earth, the world has shown up for you twice in this reading as well, because it was right here too, right? The world. Sorry, messing up my little stuff here. Okay. So Earth Mother is the female counterpart of Sky Father. It's auspicious to receive this card because in the eyes and heart of Earth Mother, you are her child, and she is highly protective of her baby and will give you everything you need to grow and expand. Earth Mother is only covered by leaves in this card, showing the vulnerability of the earth. Every day she experiences challenges that she has to adapt to and overcome. Her energy, represented by the symbol of the pagan triple goddess, which is Maiden, Mother, and Crone behind her, can help you adapt as the changes of life come your way. And the extended message for this card is, you may have felt overwhelmed or out of control emotionally recently, but you are now moving back to your natural center, and that will bring you to a place of clarity and openness. If you have felt ungrounded, know the Earth Mother is here to root you and help you regain your sense of strength. You may not feel like a child, but in the eyes of the divine, you are a child of light, and it's important you know that and feel loved. If you've had challenges with your mother or with being a mother yourself, know that the energies of mother healing are with you to help clear any ancestral blockages that are preventing you from making this sacred love connection. You're being guided to make choices that are based on love. So beautiful, beautiful. I love that. And there's this beautiful awareness that comes with this of the Trinity as well. That, in the Christian faith, the Trinity is the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. But the Creator showed me this last year, and I just have to point out these beautiful butterflies as well, this transformation, transformation thing here. But there's the Trinity. You have your own personal Trinity with the Creator, because the Creator is the Divine Mother, the Divine Father, and you're the Divine Child. The Creator has the ability to be with every single one of us 100% present. We don't have to share the Creator's time with the trillions and trillions and trillions of other souls and beings across the expanse of the universe and beyond. The Creator has the ability to be with us and have this only child relationship. And that's what they want you to know with this too, is that you have and can have access to this only child relationship. You already do. It's just that you, in your human presence, have this veil to remember that. But this also is part of your journey of your emotions and joy, is realizing that you are an only child of the Creator. You have that type of relationship with them. So love it, love it, love it. This is going to be an amazing 3-month winter solstice for you. I just want to let you know, in addition to these readings, I also do monthly readings for each zodiac sign, weekly energy updates for like fire signs, water signs, etc., new moon, full moon readings, etc. And with the moon coming up here, you might pay real close attention to the moon cycles during these 3 months. But if you don't want to miss out on any of those and get notified as soon as they come out, if you haven't done so already, if you click the subscribe button down below, that's going to make this little notification bell pop up, and you can go into your notification settings and just set that you want to get notified immediately when these come out, and that way you're right in the know as soon as they're available. So just know, as you're going throughout each and every single day of your life, you are unconditionally loved by the Creator of all things. And of course, I love you too. So have an amazing winter solstice. I'll be talking to you very soon, I'm sure. But until then, you take care. All right, all my Scorpios, if you chose reading number 2, which is the Black Bear, then this is the reading for you. And we're going to start off by pulling a card from the Surrender Oracle. And these are just going to share with us what the Creator wants you to know about what's going into hibernation during the winter solstice. So we, of course, will dig in deeper after this, but this will be the first message overall, what the Creator wants all of you Black Bear Scorpios to know. Okay, that's the one right there. You've got surrender to the magic of who you are. Beautiful. I'll let you see that, and then I'll read it. And it says, we all have magic in us. Even in the mundane aspects of life, remember that you are a magical being with a uniqueness and worth that come from just being you. And that is beautiful. I love this pink higher heart energy. connecting to your higher heart, which is beautiful. And so this is what's going into hibernation are your blocks to surrendering to the magic of who you are, those blocks that are impacting your worth and how you feel about yourself. They're going to be falling away, or at least going into hibernation during these 3 months. We're, of course, like I said, going to dig a little deeper, and we're going to pull a card here from the Animal Spirit deck here and just see what Animal Spirit has a message for you, or what else the Creator would like you to know about this. Surrendering to the magic of who you are. Yeah, as you dive deeper into who you really are. That's what whales do, right? They go way, way deep because they're able to dive deep into their emotions. And I love all the pink again. It's not showing up as clear on there, but there's all this beautiful pink, which matches the pink on here. You, of course, are water signs, and so you definitely understand what it is about deep diving into your emotions. This is the desire to delve deeper, profound peace, ancient wisdom. So the whale represents profound emotional health and stability. Whale personalities are not afraid of emotional expression or traversing difficult terrain, as they have overcome many challenges in their lives. These experiences have enriched them, giving them stability, strength, and a depth that is rare. Whale energy is usually linked to feminine forces of compassion and communication. We can depend on whale personalities when all else seems lost, and trust them to be a beacon in our darkest hour. Yep. Definitely you understand that. Being Scorpios, you are able to dive so deeply within that. And because you feel emotion so deeply, you are the transformational signs. And so you're able to assist others with these transformation and how they believe about themselves, because you have faced so much in your life too, because you feel the feels, and so you can help people swim those waters and, like I said, traverse difficult terrain. When you're in balance with this energy, you are calm, you're steady, you're deeply compassionate. When you're out of balance with this energy, then you have this heavy feeling and you slip into an old story, which I feel is what is going to be happening during this, is you're letting an old story go. And to bring this into balance, it's with this energy, it says regular self-care, which, yes, it's all time for you to care for yourself and to discover this magic within you, right? So we're going to pull another card here from this Ancestor Path Tarot, Ancestress Path Tarot, sorry, and we will see what else the Creator wants you to know about this journey. But it's going to be an amazing, definitely worth the deep dive there. Okay, right off the bat here, this is your card. Yep, Queen of Sacred Circles, Queen of, this would be the Queen of Coins or Queen of Pentacles in other decks, which that is basically Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, right? So taking care of yourself, like it talked about here on how to balance that energy. It's time for you. It's time to take care of you. Here's all those cycles of the moon involved here too. It is about new birth. It is about wholeness and completeness, feeling your external world, feeling, safe and feeling taken care of, feeling like you have the harvest, you have everything you need in the outside world. So that is, I really feel a big indication here of your self-nurturing, though. It's time for you to focus on you. You've been doing so much for so many others. This is time for you, so you can see the magic that you are. And the magic is like the unconditional love energy of the Creator of the other side, how you are expressing that to the world. And you deserve, like, all the stuff that you do for the outside world, you deserve for you first. And there's this beautiful transformation that happens when you, rather than giving your sustenance away and feeling hungry and even resentful sometimes, when you realize that it's important for you to be full first and everyone else gets your overflow, that magic fills you up and overflows out to the world. That love fills you up and overflows to the world. That joy and laughter fills you up and overflows to the world. That peace fills you up and overflows to the world, because that is the magic that's within us. It's the higher self that we are, that beautiful energy on the other side of unconditional love and joy and peace and laughter, So I love this. We're also going to, of course, dig deeper with these tarot of dreams, and we're just going to inquire into each of the different 3 months during the winter solstice. So 12/21 to 1/21, 1/21 to 2/21, 2/21 to 3/21, which brings us up to the spring equinox. So let's give these a good shuffle here, and we'll see what else specifically for each month for our Scorpio black bears. So for 12/21 to 1/21, okay, I feel like they went that one. And that one, nope, and they went this one right here. Okay. And then for 1/21 to 2/21, okay. Okay, and then they say these three for, this will be 2/21 to 3/21, and then the bottom of the deck, they did that in the first reading too. They want this to represent the overall picture. So from 12/21 to 1/21, we have the Four of Coins, and the coins are pentacles. It's all about the outside world, your feeling of abundance, wholeness, and completeness. So that would be the same suit as the queen there. So the four, think of the four as like a table with 4 strong legs. It's a solid foundation. So you're getting this foundation of wholeness in the outside world. You're feeling like this security, kind of like we talked about. The queen energy kind of has this Four of Coins. Of course, she experiences all the queen's energy, but she really has this calm, peaceful security in it. She also understands that you find your wholeness and completeness from within. So when you do this deep diving, it's all about finding your worth from within, because, this is about looking into the outside world, and you feel this wholeness and this completeness, kind of the security in the outside world, but your journey then continues on to where you find it from within more so. So you are visiting your worth based on the outside world, which I call retail price. And so there's this going back and forth during this first month of, okay, well that, relationships, situations like jobs and education and your body and your bank account and your possessions, we're told to look outside of that, and that usually feels unstable. There's like this false stability that comes in from 12/21 to 1/21, but you see the shaking of it, and you're like, it looks stable, but you just like instinctively, that's not stable. Okay. And so that's coming into your face, and you're really understanding, this change. I mean, you got the full moon here, and you also have the half moon, new moon here, along with the sun, and the sun is represented here, which kind of screams of the moon card. So if the moon card comes out, but I really feel you're with this deep diving into these emotions. I just feel like this moon energy, which is all about diving into the hidden, into the unknown, into the higher things as well, is coming about through all this. Let's see what else comes in here. Yeah, makes sense. So Ace of Cups. Cups are your emotions, and the Ace of Cups is like the gift from the Creator. It's the Holy Grail. It's the chalice. And what's filled up within this is the unconditional love of the Creator, the magic I was talking about. And you realizing that you like your human side becomes this chalice where you open up this space for that love to flow into. But as I was talking about, it's important for you to be this cup, and you fill up, and people on the external world get the overflow from you. You don't tip and pour and then you're empty. You stay solid and you fill up and people get your overflow. So I love that they reiterated that message here, which means you're already learning that in the first month. Yeah, because here's the King of Cups, which has the Ace of Cups. King of Cups is all about the unconditional love. It's the highest love you can feel. And that is of the unconditional love of our true self, of our higher self, of the Creator on the other side. So again, you have the Ace and the King, which just screams of focus on love, love, love. Like, this card talked about, focus on love, allow it to be you, allow yourself to fill up, know that you are worthy of that love and that other people, you don't need to give to other people in order for you to be worthy of love to be received back, because that's that external world. That's that retail, unstable price on the outside world where this is what I'm worth to other people. So if I'm able to give to them, then they think I'm worthy to be given back to. But that's not necessarily true in the outside world. You'll experience that. And I'm sure you've experienced it. I was going to say if you haven't experienced it yet, but they're like, no, all of you have experienced it where you're like, well, I gave and am I not supposed to receive back? And it's like, no, it's a black hole. You're pouring all this love energy, like the cup. You keep pouring it out and you're like, oh, why do I feel so empty? It's like, because they're not giving back and you just keep pouring it and pouring it. It's going down the drain. Whereas when you become that solid cup and you get to be filled up and then everyone else gets the overflow, you feel whole and complete. And that beautiful water that's flowing out is so sweet and scrumptious. Everyone's like, oh my God, that's beautiful. Compared to when you're given your sustenance, that's bitter and sour water of resentment that you're pouring out. And so people will see a difference in the love and how you give it, because you're not giving out of expectation and out of trying to be filled up by the outside world. You're filling up from the inside, and it's beautiful what flows out. So beautiful, 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 beautiful December 21st to January 21st. You're really experiencing connecting to this higher heart love, which brings you into 121 to 221, and you've got the High Priestess. So definitely there's this moon energy that's coming in, like I talked about, and this is totally about connecting to that higher energy, that higher place, that hidden place. She goes behind the veil. She goes into her little temple, to be able to get away from all the noise and the quietness here. Yeah. And it says on the bottom there, in case you want to see, darkness into darkness, the key to all mystery. So she goes into the depths, like this whale here. It's pretty cool that these are matching up to the original cards too, because she is the one that goes and dives deep into those with this beautiful moon energy. So definitely pay attention to the moon cycles, because the moon has made itself known here definitely for all 3 months. And I'll mention at the end, I do actually new moon and full moon readings as well for each zodiac sign. So I'll talk about that in the end though, in case you want to watch those as those come out as well. But definitely this is about connecting deeper and higher. Yeah, there you go. And Page of Wands. Wands is your drive, your ambition, your spark, your aha inspiration, but it's also your spiritual energy. And pages are about newness, one piece of it, and that is so new spiritual energies coming in as you connect. And of course, spiritual energies are emotional energies as well. So I think this is beautiful how it's coming in. Pages also, the other part of pages that I like to mention when they come up here, is they're about messengers, right? Pages were the ones that were like, hear ye, and all that in the olden times. And so this is all about receiving messages from spirit as well. So it makes total sense with this High Priestess diving deep connecting to all the moon, connecting to those higher beings of unconditional love and light, your angels, your guardian angels, your spirit guides, your loved ones on the other side, your ancestors, Spirit, Holy Spirit, the Creator, all those beings of unconditional love and light that you believe on the other side, they are so willing to give you messages. And with this openness, this veil is very thin for you during this period of time. And so definitely pay attention to the message that you're, the synchronicities, what you might think are coincidences, but you're going to be seeing all this coming from the outside world, whether it's license plates that have a message on them, or like bumper stickers, songs on the radio, emails, social media. You're just going to be getting all this conversational messages with Spirit in all sort of different ways. So definitely during this month, 121 to 221, a huge spiritual communications coming in. Yeah, and then you have the Two of Wands. Twos for me, like the priestess, the high priestess, is about understanding there's two of you on this planet, experiencing your life, your human side, which is the character that we chose to represent us, the avatar for this game that we're playing. But then you have the actor, the player behind this character and this avatar, which is the powerful, supernatural, eternal spirit being made of unconditional love, which is who you are, right? And so you're connecting through and to as well. So this continues, and this awareness of your power, and that you can bring, like the magician brings that beautiful unconditional love energy, the magic, through it into the physical world. And so this discovering this magic of who you are really has a lot of the magician feel to it as well. Yeah, and then you have the Six of Wands, some more spiritual energy. For me, for this reading, it really represents, you're being recognized, and you are recognizing the recognition you have from the other side, that you are known. And that really helps you expand the worth of who you are too, and really understanding the power that you can yield here on this planet, that every moment you are putting out energy into the world, and it's either a fear or it's the unconditional love magic energy, right? And so whatever you are focusing on, you're pouring that into the big collective energy field that's around within the earth. And so if you're like, well, I can't do anything, and like, do your part, do your inner work, do your inner release and connection to your higher self, and that just helps the whole planet ignite more with unconditional love. So you have your part that you can do, but you recognize that you're being recognized. The external world, really, it doesn't matter at this point for you to get that external recognition of what you're doing in the external world, because of this internal journey that you're on, the depths that you're going. Like the whale, when he's at the very bottom in those depths, he's not paying attention to what's going on above the surface. He's concerned about what's going on at these depths, which is where you're swimming right now. Yeah. Because here's the Ten of Swords. Swords are your thoughts, your beliefs, your mindsets, your attitudes, your expectations. These are all the small t truths of the human side. All those things that you think you're supposed to do, you should do, you have to do, you need to do. And they have you exhausted. They've all stabbed you in the back and disappointed you. But don't give up. This just means you're exhausted from trying to do all that. The 10 is endings and new beginnings. So you're ready to let that old surface stuff go, because this is what's on the surface. And you are definitely diving deep during this period of time. And so you are seeing I'm trying to think of the word, but it's, and I'm sorry, the word's not coming to me, but it's like you're seeing how simple and uninterested you are in those worldly outside things, because you're just like, yeah, they've let me down, they've stabbed me in the back, they've disappointed me, I just have lost interest in it. So, it's just this this feeling of, yeah, I really am like the whale, again, at the very depths of the sea going, I really don't care what's going on the surface. You know, you're really ready to let that go. And then overall, makes sense. Yeah, so overall for this journey, this Ace of Swords is all about, you know, this 3-month is about, the Ace of Swords allows you to see these capital T truths, these deeper truths of the higher world, and allows you to cut away the small t truths that no longer serve you. So this whole journey is kind of like this, you know, you're a review of your thoughts and beliefs about yourself and the world, and you're allowing these opinions of the outside world, these small t truths, you're allowing them to fall away and cut them away as you connect and see these capital T truths of this beautiful upper world. You know, everything with this high priestess, this deep diving that you're doing, the self-nurturing that you're doing. You're realizing, yeah, that outside world, I'm okay with having at least hibernation for these 3 months. You're doing this beautiful, beautiful inner search here. And then lastly, we're going to pull a card here from these bird messages cards, and to see what the final message the Creator has for you, all you black bears of the Scorpio. All right, what's your final message here for those that chose the black bear for our Scorpios? Okay, there it is. And you got the peregrine falcon. Beautiful. And then the message there on the bottom is, seize the moment in life and love, or lose it forever. So yeah, they're like, now is the time, why not? And let me see what other message comes with them for that here. The peregrine falcon. All right. So the falcon is lord of the high skies, you know, the high. The swords are the element of air, so that makes sense that they're lord of the mind, right? The fastest being to grace Earth, falcon is aerodynamic beauty, clothed in the softest cream and browny gray. His head held proudly high, he is true poetry in motion. The dry desert sky cleaves for falcon, his body a blur as he dives at almost 200 miles an hour toward the glittering sands of the desert below. From his lofty cruising altitude, falcon's pinpoint vision has revealed a bird flying in the sharp rays of the Saharan sun. Food for life, food for survival, he snatches it from the air. So he snatches other things in the air, which are your thoughts and beliefs. It says, falcon does not hesitate, procrastinate, or change his mind. Falcon knows that to do so is to lose everything, and if falcon has flashed in your cards, neither must you. An opportunity has appeared before you. Cast all doubt aside and seize the moment. It will never come your way again. And I love that about seizing the moment, because now is the time. You know, that it will never come your way again. In a way, you know, this entering it in at this point of your life, it will never happen again. It'll just, if you choose not to take this journey during this winter solstice, these swords, this exhaustion will just multiply and amplify. And you will, you know, of course, it's like, you know, the lesson's repeated until it is learned. It's like the journey you have, if you don't take it now, the journey just gets harder, just gets louder, it just gets more exhausting. And so it's like that opportunity to enter it now, where it'll be a smooth, beautiful journey for you. That won't come again. You know, it's just you will enter into a a more difficult situation. I always say it's like a speedboat when we grab onto a rope on shore with our emotions and we're drugged behind this speedboat called surrender. It just gets faster and faster and faster the more we are stubborn and refuse to surrender and refuse to let go of these things. It just gets faster and faster. So the speed at which you can let go of now and enjoy the process, that one won't. It's like for now, for this winter solstice. Otherwise, it's just going to get faster. Woohoo! And there's no judgment in that. Sometimes we love learning the harder way. That's one of the great joys of this planet. I know I've learned the harder way many times. And I don't judge myself for it. I'm like, hey, it was delicious. It was fun. It's like, what is those movies where it's called and I apologize for if you think it's profanity, but it's called Jackass, the movies, where they do stupid stuff. I'm like, yep, I've done stupid stuff. It's entertaining. So anyway, all right. So I want to let you know, in addition to these readings, I also do monthly readings for each zodiac sign, weekly energy updates by each of the elements like fire signs, water signs, and as I mentioned earlier, I do new moon and full moon readings as well, and some other readings. So if you want to get notified and make sure not to miss those when they come out, if you haven't done so already, if you click the subscribe button down below, that's going to make this notification bell pop up. And if you click on that, then you can set your notification settings to be notified as soon as the readings become available. And that way you don't miss any of them at all. So I love this. Please know that as you go throughout each and every second of your life, that you are unconditionally loved by the Mother and Father of all things, our Creator. And of course, I love you too. So have an amazing winter solstice. I'm sure I'll be talking to you very soon, but until then, you take care. All right, my Scorpios, if you chose reading number 3, which is the polar bear, then this is the reading for you. And we're going to start off by pulling a card here from these Surrender Oracle. These are going to represent what the Creator wants you to know overall for the winter solstice on what is going into hibernation. And of course, we will dig deeper with other cards as well, but this will be the overall message to start off. So Creator for our polar bears of the Scorpios. Okay, I actually want that one right there. Let me just straighten that out there. Okay. And you got surrender to your intuition. Beautiful card. And so this is tune in to your inner voice. Be aware of any gut feelings, flashes, knowings, or aha moments that come through to guide you. So I love that, because that means that what's going into hibernation during this winter solstice for you is your blocks to your intuition, that your third eye is going to be opening up because you are working on letting those things that are blocking it fall away, and they're being removed for you during this winter solstice. And they're going into hibernation, which doesn't mean that, in springtime that your third eye is going to be blocked again. But this is like during this time when those blocks are asleep, you're doing so much work about fine-tuning your intuition and your third eye. Well, of course, like I said, we're going to dig deeper here, and we're going to pull a card from these Animal Spirit Guide deck here, and to see what else the Creator wants you to know, what Spirit Guide wants to bring you a message here, what Animal Spirit wants to bring you a message. So for our polar bear Scorpios, what else would you like them to know, please? Okay, I feel like there's 2 here. So we will take a look. Your first one is the dolphin. Beautiful, beautiful. Love the energy of dolphins. And then you also have the lizard. So one of the desert, one of the ocean. I am loving that. Okay, so let's start off with Mr. or Ms. Dolphin here, and let's just see what message that they bring. So innately intelligent, healer, light blessings. The gifts of the dolphin are beyond what our human minds can grasp. Dolphin personalities are often drawn to the healing arts as they are sensitive to the subtle and enjoy working on the level of spirit. Well, duh, right? This intuition connection here, that makes total sense, right? It's easy for dolphin types to underestimate the impact they make in the world. These creatures play such an important role in the wheel of karma that coming in contact with a dolphin type will change the entire course of your day and thus your life. This card can also indicate a profound blessing is on the way. When you're in balance with this energy, you're an active healer, you have a strong spiritual practice. Makes sense. When you're out of balance with this energy, then you're underestimating your own power. And so to bring yourself into balance with this energy, be around like-minded spirits, which can mean human form, but with connecting to your intuition and your higher, view and your higher eyesight. This could also be definitely connecting with the spiritual realm and those like-minded spirits that are there, right? Those beings of unconditional love and light. By that I mean like your angels, your guardian angels, your spirit guides, your loved ones on the other side, your ancestors, spirit, the creator, any beings of unconditional love and light that you believe on the other side, you can connect to them. So perfect for your message here. And then let's look at the lizard. And let me just find them. I apologize, it's not in alphabetical order. There they are. So instinctual, right? Sensitive to the subtle, and dreamers. So both of these mentioned about sensitivity to the subtle. And subtlety all has to do with your intuition and your gut. It's, that's hilarious. So it says the lizard is an expert in the realm of sensory perception. As if it has a sixth sense, the lizard hears what is yet to be spoken and sees what is yet to manifest. I love it. Although this is an amazing gift, it can easily wear the lizard down. Big crowds, lots of travel, or overstimulation can drain a lizard of their magical essence. This card is an indication to pull back from the bright lights in the big city and return to the inner artist who's been whispering your name. Because when you're in balance with this energy, you're artistic, telepathic, spiritual. And when you're out of balance with this energy, you're elusive, non-committal, and flaky. So to bring this energy back into balance, it mentions invest in a creative project. Allow that creativity to flow, because that does help you get in tune, because our creativity comes from our higher self, from our higher connection, and that's what drops in here. I really feel too, an important thing to mention with this connection to your intuition is that you have this ability to sense people's emotions, sense people's, I won't say secrets, but what's really going on with them, behind the masks, behind the walls. And I understand that, that part of our gift does make it challenging, because we can become overwhelmed and we can even take on their energies, take on their emotions. But I feel during this period of time, during this winter solstice, you're really understanding and becoming into your power, understanding that the bigger part of your gift that you have is not feeling other people's emotions and information, but how you can connect and share information, share this beautiful emotional energy of the higher realm. And consider it like you have this fire hose that's, that you possess, and it allows you to feel other people's emotions and all that. But the power comes that you can turn on this beautiful unconditional love energy from the higher realms. It's where you get all the information. It's what flows into you, and you can allow that to flow out of you. And when that's flowing out of you, then nothing can come in that fire hose, because when a fire hose is turned on, it's like all this water pressure is coming out, all this energy is coming out, energy can't come back into you. So it's this way that almost like this little dolphin, you start developing this like boom, 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 this sonar, this energy sonar that's radiating from you where you don't take on other people's stuff. You also can develop like a giant gelatin ball around you where the emotions and the information comes and goes and gets stuck, and there it doesn't come and stick on you. It just gets stuck in this outer gel that you have where you can still touch it and you can still access information, understanding about people, feeling their emotions, but it doesn't get stuck on you. It's just in that energy field. And then you can flush that energy field every once in a while, but it doesn't impact you and you don't take it on for yourself. So there you go. That's other information. We're also going to pull a card here from the Ancestor Path Tarot and just see what else the Creator wants you to know. Probably get the High Priestess or the Moon. Something about connecting to the other side, right? King of Wands, Ace of Wands. All right. Creator, what else for our polar bear Scorpios? Okay, right there. Or the Full card. That is also a cool one because this is about, for me, the Full one, it represents a new beginning. So definitely this new adventure into this higher place of your connectivity to the upper worlds. But for me, also it represents the soul. So this is your higher self, your higher being, your powerful, supernatural, eternal spirit being made of unconditional love self. So this is the ultimate higher you that comes down for this adventure here. So you definitely are connecting to your higher realm. All right. And then we're going to pull cards here from the Tarot of Dreams and just see by each of the 3 months within the winter solstice what the Creator wants you to know. And so it'll be 12/21 to 1/21, 1/21 to 2/21, and 2/21 to 3/21. And one more time. All right, so for 12/21 to 1/21. Okay, I want that one. What else? Okay. That one. And then for 1/21 to 2/21, please. All right. And then 2/21 to 3/21, which takes us up to the spring equinox. Right. Yep, and do you have one just for the overall? Okay, I thought there was one. This one is just an overall message for the entire journey here. So for 12/21 to 1/21, yep, 8 of Wands. Wands is your drive, your ambition, your aha inspiration, but it's also your spiritual energy. And 8 of Wands represents one movement. So there's going to be this movement coming in of energy for you. And then you see all those birds there. This also represents getting messages from Spirit. So totally in alignment with everything we're talking about here. Pay attention to all the synchronicities, all the messages you're getting, because you're going to get them from all over the place. You're going to get them from the physical world. So you'll see signs and synchronicities out there with, like, I always say, like license plates or bumper stickers or songs on the radio or songs you hear, conversations you overhear, things on social media, even junk emails. Sometimes you'll get like this, the subject line on the email, just, you're going to get these messages and you're like, oh my God, okay, I hear you, and then you also get like emotional messages. You being water signs, you're used to feeling like a message, and then your brain, interprets it slowly, but you have this, beautiful emotional message that you get and you're like, oh wow, okay, I get it. Or you might even just get messages that are dropped into your brain where you're not even thinking of something and an idea pops in. Or I love when you have a loved one who's on the other side and you're not thinking about them, there's not anything triggering it, but all of a sudden this memory gets activated in your brain, and that's them touching your brain, just reminding you that they are with you. They've always been with you since they left their physical body. They've been by your side 100% of the time, always around you. And so just be aware of all that happening from 1221 to 121. Yep, Hanging Man. So definitely seeing things from a higher perspective. That makes total sense. I don't even have to say more on that, because that is what you're doing in everything we've been talking about. You're connecting to up above, and you're seeing things from your higher perspective through your third eye. And then you have the Four of Coins. And coins are pentacles. It's the outside world. So you're feeling this stability. And I really feel like this has to do with your feeling of worth based from what you are perceiving from the outside world. Think of a four as four solid legs on a table. And so this foundation is coming in. But it's like, it's not that you're defining yourself by the outside world and feeling safe and secure with that. It's just that you have this awareness of who you are, of this character that you're playing here. You're getting a really big clue on the purpose that you have here, knowing that you came here on purpose for a purpose. So you're not really so concerned. You just know that you're going to be fine in the outside world one way or another, and that you're going to get guidance and information from the upper realm, from your higher self, and so you're not have this concern about your outside world as much. So love that. Which brings you into 121 to 221. Yep, the World. So you have major endings to major cycles and new beginnings. So, the World is the final card in the major arcana. The Fool is the beginning. So this is like a time where you are, during this 121 to 221, you are ending big cycles and beginning new things. So a lot of messages and stuff coming in, but I really feel like this is where you're taking a lot of action in regards to that. So it's like you're dabbling in it, but this is where you're kind of pushing it out into the outside world more. Okay. Here's the Moon energy, so definitely understand that. This is all about connecting, very much connected with High Priestess energy too. She's the one that connects with the moon, the unknown, the deeper secrets, the deeper truths, the capital T truths of the upper world. So totally in alignment with all this. I thought for sure you'd get something on the moon here. Well, here's the moon showing up with this world card. So definitely this endings are coming through with this mirror, like this portal into the other worlds here. You just have this beautiful movement into the upper world, into the higher knowledge. So totally in alignment with everything that's happening here. Then you have the Queen of Coins, Queen of Pentacles. She is Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, very much like the Empress. So this is about new birth, taking care of yourself, nurturing yourself. Very much the moon is mother energy. So this is mother energy too, just really connecting to the divine feminine side of yourself, whether you're male or female or however you identify. You have this beautiful connection to the nurturing side, to that love energy, to that High Priestess energy, to that otherworldliness, where during this time, you're just filling up with these messages and they're just overflowing. So this is like you're really connecting, and you're really like, this is when your third eye really like boom, boom, boom. You're just like, zzz, you feel like you're like the clarity that you're getting as you step away from the outside world and really focus on your inner world. This is where it fills you up and it starts just spilling out into your outer world in so many ways. This nurturing. And I feel like the messages that you're giving, it's important that you're not trying to fix people, right? You're just because you're loving, because you want to help, because you have this beautiful bubble of love around you. It's just, this is like when I was talking about that fire hose. This is when the fire hose really turns on and you're just shooting out all this beautiful energy out into the world, and people see it and they feel it. And it's this step that you're taking. I feel like a big piece of this ending of the major cycle and beginning of a new one is that because you're learning to trust yourself in the messages and the love that you have to give, you take a step where it's almost like you're coming out, like, hey, I'm this loving being that can hear messages from the other side, and blat, here it is. So you just can't help it because you're just overflowing. Okay, which brings you into 221 to 321, and you got the Page of Swords. So this is new messages to the outside world, so new communication. Again, I feel this is really you just more so feeling so confident in giving messages to the outside world. Swords are also your thoughts, your beliefs, your mindsets, your attitudes. So you do have this new way of thinking, the new way of looking at things, which helps because the page has this Ace of Swords that they yield, and so you're beginning to learn to cut away the small T truths that no longer serve you, really bringing in these capital T truths and these messages to the world. So definitely, and this is like in a more mindful way. It's like this is your heart overflowing, and now this is that filling up, and it spills out through your mind as well. When you're in this emotional flow, it's so easy and you connect, but this is like you mindfully connecting to the other side as well. And you have the Nine of Wands, more moon energy coming in. And as I mentioned with the wands here, with that Eight of Wands, this is about stepping into higher energies, and not being concerned about what the world says, what the world does. This energy is about persevering and connecting to you, doing, like, sharing messages because it's what you love to do, and it brings you joy, and you're doing it, but you're not doing it for outside validation. You're not doing it for outside praise. You're not doing it for outside recognition. This is all about you, because the 9 is about you finding all this passion and drive and spark within you. And again, Wands being your spiritual energy, you're finding this all from within. It's like it's generating from within you, not, like before in previous, parts of your life. You would get this drive and this spark because someone would go, oh, wow, that's amazing that you can do that. And you want more. It's like a little child that got praised for taking out the garbage. I don't know why that came into my mind. And so they want to take out the garbage more because they want more praise. And you're like, you don't have to take it out every day. That was before. It's all coming from within you. Yeah. And here you have the Queen of Swords. So queens all bring in water energy. And so this is about this balance between heart and mind. She's, again, wielding the Ace of Swords like the Page of Swords did. So you definitely have this wonderful balance between your heart and your mind as you share these beautiful messages with the world there. So, I don't have anything else to add to that because we talked so much about it with the Page of Swords. So you have that coming in, and then let's see the message for Tree of Life. This is specific to this deck. Tree of Life doesn't come out in any of the other tarot decks, not many of them at least. And this is all about the Kabbalah or the Kabbalah, depends on how you say that. Everyone says it a little different. But this is the path of life. Basically, we start off with our higher self, and there's all this path we take to come down to the physical form. And this Tree of Life is about the knowledge and the ability and how we reconnect and move back into our oneness, move back into the highest spiritual level from whence we came. And so this is definitely about spiritual knowledge, spiritual connection to up above. So you are learning so much about the secrets that the human cannot comprehend, and we develop the sixth sense for it. Because one of the big things that I learned when what I dabbled in learning about the Kabbalah was the wonderful message they had. The human form has like 5 entry points into information that it gleans from the physical world. It's our 5 senses. And they're not openings into us, but they're filters that come into us. And all those filters are based on our conditioning and all those opinions, and supposed to use everything we grew up with, right? But even though our brain is taking in like billions of bytes of information a second, not a minute, but a second, our brain processes 0.0000000, some 6%, it's like very minute. Our brain only is comprehending very little of what it's actually seeing and witnessing out there, which is why we developed this sixth sense, which is so perfect for this card, because it is our ability. There's like this veil of spirituality here, and the human only sees all this and is very limited in what it's witnessing, and it's not really seeing really truths. It's just seeing a lot of opinions and perceptions which aren't really true. But our spiritual side sees things above, so it sees like the hanged man here. It sees things with clarity, because it's outside of space and time and all that conditioning. So it sees truths, and our sixth sense is us connecting to our higher spiritual self, so we could see things more clearly, which is really all this is, right? So beautiful, beautiful. And then lastly, we're going to pull a card here from this chakra reading cards. I wouldn't be surprised if we got the crown chakra or the third eye chakra, right? About seeing things from up above. But we'll see what the final message is here for the creator, for those that chose the polar bear of the Scorpio clan. All right, what's your final message here for our polar bears? Okay, it's this one right here. Yeah, spiritual awakening. No kidding. Dun, dun, dun. Yep, card number 29. And I'm just going to put this, let's just put these next to each other here. And let's see what beautiful message comes through with number 29. Yep, it's the crown chakra. It's the first card after the third eye chakra. And it says, this card has come into your reality today as it's a powerful time of spiritual awakening. The whole planet and everything on it is waking up slowly from a big sleep. The ancients called it the time of the awakening, capital A, awakening. Our hearts are opening and expanding to experience a deeper sense of love and wisdom. This time is an important rite of passage for you, and you are waking to a deeper sense of your spiritual being. Your awareness is expanding, and your connection to the wisdom of the universe is stronger than ever. Sometimes this can be uncomfortable and challenging. However, always remember that through these challenges, you have the ability to grow. You're being asked to let go of anything that is stopping you from experiencing this deep connection at present. It's time to discard old beliefs and bring in new ones that support your growth. Everything we talked about with this swords. Make sure to nurture this process. Mother Nature, Mother Nurture. I just love it. Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt myself. Make sure to nurture this process by meditating, attending a weekly spiritual group, or reading books that can assist in this powerful process. Your vibration and energy is moving to a more refined state of being, and you're currently receiving divine messages and healing as you deepen your spiritual awareness. This can mark a great time of change, where what you knew to be true is restructured and a whole new understanding is birthed within you. All good things take time, so be patient with this awakening and trust the process. And this card can also indicate that the question you're asking or requiring clarity on has a big connection to your spiritual growth, and the answers lie within this new spiritual awakening. The affirmation for this card is, I embody my ancient wisdom, and I am open to the divine spirit within. I love it. Just can't make it up. All these cards reinforcing this beautiful spiritual awakening that you're going to be going through during this winter solstice. And please know that if you have any questions regarding any of this, please reach out to me. I'm happy to help. I've been through different spiritual awakenings in my life, and if you ask it in the comments below, other people can chime in as well with their experiences. But please do not be afraid to reach out and ask questions. I know 2022 is going to be an amazing year. I'm getting this message that it's about, knowing the two of you, your smaller self and your higher self, in 2022. So I'm working on something for that coming up. But just know that every second of every day, you truly are unconditionally loved by the Creator of all things. And of course, I love you too. In addition to these readings, I also do monthly readings by each zodiac sign. Also weekly energy updates by each of the elements, like fire signs, water signs, etc. New moon and full moon readings, which with all that moon stuff in here, you might want to take a look at those as those come out. So if you don't want to miss any of those and get notified as soon as they're available, if you haven't done so already, just click the subscribe button down below, and that's going to make this notification bell pop up. And if you click on that, then that'll take you to your notification settings, and you can mark to be notified immediately. So it's pretty easy. All right, well, have an amazing winter solstice. I'm sure I'll be talking to you very soon, but until then, you take care.